Hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a good day there. I hope you're having a good morning, good afternoon, or whenever you see this video. Um, I want to do a video it, on the commentary. It's been a while since I've done a video on somebody, particularly a YouTuber. Uh, usually I do someone like on Umar Johnson or someone like that, in the past. But what come up on my radar is this person called Anton Daniels. And even though I believe that everybody have their own political point of view and their free speech and opinion, but his opinion has gone way out of whack. And before I show you a couple YouTubers that's gonna point some good things about Anton Daniels, I'm gonna start with the spiritual side of it, and then I'm gonna show you the ones who not speaking from a spiritual side of what has he become, like as a modern day person that would turn against other black people during the time of slavery, and in mind and in talking points. Um, here, here we go.
He is a deceiver, and he walks around talking about black marriages and black relationships to make it seem like he cares about black people, but that was just his way to get his foot in the black community and to build an audience. And then when Trump was running for election, then he found his way onto Fox News, speaking against his people and for Trump and all of this stuff. When Trump has come out against black history and destroying our innovations and the things we have created, he has absolutely nothing to say. This is a coon.
Little unhinged kid with the woman who called a 5-year-old a racial slur. My first impression after watching the video, a little bit of white trash. I have to be honest, the kid was 5. I have worked with 5-year-olds for the last 15 years. Absolutely everything they do is out of pocket. They're like little unhinged drunk people. Nothing they do makes sense. A 5-year-old is capable of rifling through somebody's bag and taking things that don't belong to them. Ask any kindergarten teacher. But I realize why so many people are wanting to defend this. Because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole.
Oh, she starts out by saying, oh yeah, kids are kids. So, we should understand that, but I do understand why they call you nigga.
People are wanting to defend this because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman. But what she did is not praiseworthy. But also on the same hand, please remember that every day that us white...
They said Kendrick Lamar's halftime show was too ghetto. Y'all remember that?
Okay.
But then what did white America do with it?
What they do all the time. Jack it.
Yep. You were muted if you were trying to say something.
Put a lot of bad dance videos out.
Mm-hmm. The same thing that's so ghetto and so inappropriate, they didn't even wait a day later. They got on the internet that same night. And for a whole month afterwards and longer, they still making videos, still in the dance, still in the lyrics, still in the beat, still in the performance. The same one they call ghetto. What did they say about hip hop when we made hip hop?
It wouldn't last. It's a fad.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Now, called us names, derogatory, ghetto music. What did they say about reggae? Same thing, it's ghetto. Why y'all locking your hair? Y'all look like bums. Y'all trying to eat natural? That's what they said. What did they say about blues? Same thing. What did they say about jazz? Everything that we created, they said that was ghetto. But that ain't cookie.
Right.
So we have to become immune to their shaming language when they try to shame us for the things that we create that they steal and monetize. Go ahead, read that.
Don P. Yehuda says it's always bad just before they steal it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do they say about the way we dress? Same thing, it's ghetto, but then now all of their white children, they want to dress the way we dress.
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen videos? The one where it's a white guy on Hilarious, where it's like, this is how he was before me,
Mm-hmm.
and then they quote swag him up.
Mm-hmm. Everything we do is ghetto. What do they say about our food?
Too spicy, not as unhealthy. And yet they tear it up. They'll tear it up in a heartbeat.
They're looking soulful. Y'all eat oxtail?
Tear it up. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All day.
In the chat, for the people watching now, in the chat, we got 650 some people. In the chat, if you eat oxtail, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see something real quick.
10. Put 10.
10. If you like oxtail.
Okay.
Yeah, put a 1 or 10 if y'all eat oxtail, if y'all like oxtail.
I never had oxtail. Believe it or not, I never had it.
Oh yeah, I see a whole bunch of them. You can put them up on the screen. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He was Jamaican food. He said, "I'm Jamaican, definitely." Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oxtail was the part of the cow that the white man threw away.
Yep.
That was the scrap of the cow. They threw that away and gave it to the slaves as waste.
Okay.
Our ancestors took it, and especially in the Caribbean, they took it and they made it outstanding, slamming. Now, when you go to the grocery store or the supermarket, how much do they charge for an oxtail?
They jacked the prices sky high.
The oxtail was cheap. It was wrapped in something they didn't want. Eating the tail? No.
Right.
We make it good, and now when you go to get oxtail, you're going to be paying a whole lot of money. You might be paying $30, $40 or more for a small pack. That's how much they steal from us, and they say, "Hey, this is slave, this is ghetto, this is derogatory, this is that, whatever." But then they take it and they turn around and they steal it from us. So you have to become immune to whatever they say is not good that we do. Because what's good that they do? That we should feel ashamed for what we create.
Absolutely, Kohen. We cannot have Stockholm syndrome for these people. Okay.
$25 for a pack of 4. That's why. Because when they found out what we do with it, now they want to hop on a bandwagon. Now it's real expensive. Now it's a delicacy. They never told you where they got it from. That now they want to carry it in their restaurants.
Right.
Where did they get it?
Racial slurs every single day. So if you don't want to be called a racial slur, you also have to stop calling people racial slurs. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. But for the love of God, please leave the children out of it. Adults are stupid, they're gonna do stupid things. You're a different level of stupid when you bring kids into it. Thanks for coming to my table.
So basically what this woman is saying is that two things can be true at the same time. And I said this the other day when this whole situation first broke out, and then we had the panel on Monday night, where I basically said that white people are starting to get fed up, and that is the whole premise behind Black fatigue, is that nobody wants you to continue to play victim for the rest of your life. They tired of being held accountable for things that their ancestors did. They tired of you blaming all of your failures and the things that you weren't.
They're tired of you. They're tired of you. I'm not black. They're tired of you.
Right. There you go. There you go.
That's not me.
Right.
That's they're tired of you. Keep the language. Everybody that you cut this guy off, cut him off. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. Maybe I should pull up stuff about how he. I don't want to go sidetrack, but maybe I should. They're tired of you, black people, not me.
Yep. With him, it's always you and them. You never put yourself in that same boat.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Hebrew Jamaican coolie, he said the same thing with chicken wings. We made them delicious, and now they're making them expensive because Edom keeps buying our things, man.
Like buffalo wings. That was created by a black man.
Yeah, I see some stuff here.
Said that he sees it all the time. When you're dealing with these some sort of recipients, when you're dealing with these kids that are tricking off mommy and daddy's money, they're very insecure about it. They're very, very insecure.
He likes to show off designer this and that, like he got it through business ownership. His father was killed, I think crushed, I can't remember exactly how it happened. But they got a multi-million-dollar settlement. Now he's a business guru. But they can't show you no businesses. Failed restaurants, failed stores. They have black fatigue because we live in their head 24/7. That's real talk, man. Hallelujah.
He's got a certain nonprofit organizations.
That's one of his restaurants that he did that failed. Even with all his money, he failed in business. So, like, I don't want to get off in the subject, but this is who we're listening. For those who are interested, you can check these things out. Look into it. This guy's a fraud. So we were listening to this black fatigue, right?
Okay.
It don't have nothing to
What
do
they
with it.
built, 5-year-olds a racial slur.
Basically said that white people are starting to get fed up, and that is the whole premise behind Black fatigue, is that nobody wants you to continue to play victim for the rest of your life. They tired of being held accountable for things that their ancestors.
They're tired of being held accountable for what their ancestors. But he's supposed to be a Christian. He's supposed to believe in the Bible. So let's see what the Bible has to say about what he's saying. Isaiah 13.
Now, you know he's just going to read the part that says, turn the other cheek, and he's going to just walk away. He won't touch this. He's going to see it today. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. It might be 14. All right. Isaiah 14 and 21.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Read that again for Anton Daniels.
Prepare
Read that
slaughter.
again for Anton Daniels. Go ahead. Let me write his name. Let's see. Let's show Anton Daniels what the word of the Most High says. So-called Christian. Anton Daniels, pay attention. Go ahead, brother. Read that.
Okay. Prepare Anton Daniels. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Prepare a slaughter for the children, for these Edomites, for the iniquities of their fathers. And he's trying to excuse them. Let's go back to it. What does it say?
Yep, and that is that two things could be true at the same time. And I said this the other day when this whole situation first broke out, and then we had the panel on Monday night, where I basically said that white people are starting to get fed up, and that is the whole premise behind Black Fatigue, is that nobody wants you to continue to play victim for the rest of your life. They tired of being held accountable for things that their ancestors.
They're tired of being held accountable for what their ancestors did. But what does Yah say? Read it again.
Okay. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
The Most High don't care about how they feel. They're going to pay for what they've done to his chosen people. From their ancestors, from their fathers, that they have inherited all the wealth they stole, and from also the Most High cares about them. Who cares what you say? You are incorrect and spiritually blind. The Most High said he's going to prepare slaughter for them. For what their ancestors have done. He's just waiting for the cup to fill up of his wrath. That's why he speaks of a cup. Because once it's full, he's going to pour it out. From the ancestors to them today, that wrath is getting full, and that cup is about to spit over the United States of America.
Okay.
Who cares what y'all think? And it's so, and the Most High is tired of y'all. He's tired of you clones, and the Most High is tired of the heathen that still kill and destroy his chosen people. And whitewash this book and put our people in spells. Go ahead.
Dwight Dorsey says he's been cooning since day one. Mr. The Original School says you keep defending your oppressors and you will end up with the oppressors as well. And then Marcel Gary said, I believe Anton Daniels spoke against reparations.
Of course he would, because if we became rich, then how could he talk about he's richer than us? If we all got money, then who's Anton Daniels? If all people got money, then who is he? Nobody. Because he's not good at anything. Go ahead, read that.
I believe Anton Daniels spoke against reparations as being some sort of handout, yet never mentioning he and his family has been handed out multi-millions. No wonder he doesn't need reparations.
It's in Proverbs, I think. Let me go get it.
Anton.
Proverbs. That's why they don't want us using the word, because the word be blowing up people's spots, and it be exposing people's platforms. That's why they used to pay the first Christian pastors and allow them. That's when they first started allowing blacks to join the Masonic organizations so that they could control us religiously. They wouldn't really let black people in their white chapters So they would allow them to have so-called black chapters that they had to answer to white people for. And it started out with the pastors, so that they could always control what we're taught spiritually, because we are spiritual people. Proverbs 6 and 31. Oh, let's do Proverbs 6 and let's start at 30 and 31.
Okay, that's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 30. Men, do not despise a thief, but if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold.
How much do you owe them if you steal from somebody?
7 times.
7 times. 7.
Did they ever pay us back this?
No.
So how they got fatigued? Well, we tired waiting. The nerve of these wicked people to say they're tired, that we say you owe us back for what you stole. We don't have the right to say that. And this coon is put in place as the voice for master. He's the same type of coon who would be welcome in their organizations as long as he keeps the Negroes under control. So stop giving him control by taking him seriously. He's a failure. And he is a trust fund baby. He ain't good at no kind of business, no kind of way. He's a fraud. There's a lot of information. I just typed in a little so y'all can see a little. Check it out. Go ahead.
Benny says Anton is also a paid player like the Hodge
Like
twins.
the Hodge twins.
His job is to cause doubt and play mind games to cause black people to fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Great comment. Mm-hmm.
He's a Judas.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
He's a scary. He's a traitor.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to
Yeah,
Exodus.
these people are being paid.
Mm-hmm.
I believe these people are being paid because this phrase just came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only time I hear this phrase is from the so-called coons.
Black conservatives, the coons, right?
Black conservatives.
And he gets a spot on Fox News every now and then, so he got to keep that cooning going.
Okay.
Exodus 21. Read that first. You on mute.
Okay. Exodus chapter 21, starting from the top.
Just read
Now
verse
these
1.
are, okay. Now these are judgments which thou shalt be set before them.
Okay, this is right after the Most High gave the 10 Commandments. So right after that, he goes into this. Oh, here we go. I meant 22. Here we go. 22 and 1.
Okay, chapter 22 and 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
So if you steal an ox or a sheep, kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. How much more so if you killing Yah's chosen people? This is for livestock and cattle.
Okay.
This is for livestock. This is how you treat animals. God bless you, Irene. God bless you, brother. This is how you treat animals. How much more so to God's own people? Read that one more time.
Okay. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep.
Okay. These are just some of the laws that Christians don't want us to read because their white masters told them to make sure we stay out of the Old Testament and just talk about white Jesus. Exodus 21:16. Black fatigue, huh? Let's read these verses about black fatigue. Go ahead.
Okay, that's Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him.
That's what they did to us, right? That's what they did to our ancestors, right?
Okay. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Y'all kidnapped our ancestors, stole us, and then sold us, and now we're found in your hand in America 400 years later. What do you think the Most High is getting ready to do to y'all? If he said, if a man steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox or 4 sheep for a sheep. How many of our people did you murder? And now how many of your lives need to be made restitution for the people that y'all slew and killed? All the people you put in prison unjustly, like we talked about last week. People who spend 50, 60, 70 years in jail, in prison, and then find out they didn't do it and they still sitting there waiting for a trial. Tanaya, God bless you and thank you. How many lives are y'all gonna have to pay for this? If this is the lives you pay for livestock, and y'all talk about y'all got black fatigue?
And all of your failures and the things that you weren't able to accomplish on white people.
This man is a failure. He has not accomplished anything of his own volition. Look into it, brothers and sisters. That would take the whole study in another course, and it would take some time. But maybe I need to do that at some point and put all the coons together in one show. What has this man accomplished?
Tired of you sitting there saying that you're a victim every single day, regardless of what your circumstance is, regardless of what you've been given, regardless of all of the affirmative action, regardless of...
What have we been given, black folk?
More time.
It's amazing. It's amazing that he's talking all these white points, all of these points of veto against our people. He is confederate against his own people.
Yes.
And there's a place for him. There's going to be a place for him. A place of judgment.
We need to remember these people and what they said.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a reckoning due date. And when that reckoning comes, we can't be lenient on people like this. And we can't be cooning for the coons and say, oh, well, they're black. So they're forgiven because we're all black.
Nope. Life and death is in the spirit of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruits thereof. He's going to eat the fruits of everything he's talking about.
Okay.
My white brother in blackface.
Yeah, what have we been given? We haven't been given anything. We've earned everything we've got. And we barely got the things we should have gotten for what we have worked for. Right. This is disgusting. This guy is an outcast.
Ancestors did. They tired of you blaming all of your failures and the things that you weren't able to accomplish on white people.
They're tired of you. Not me. See, peep it. They're tired of you.
Right.
I'm okay, but they're tired of you.
They're tired of you sitting there saying that you're a victim every single day, regardless of what your circumstance is, regardless of what you've been given, regardless of all of the affirmative action, regardless of the fact that you're saying that you're the most educated.
We receive 4%, right, of DEI, affirmative action. White women receive 56%, Hispanics was at 15%, Asians 10%.
And then white women were the highest.
Yeah.
White women were the highest.
Right.
Dang.
believe you're the most enrolled. They tired of you blaming your debt on the system. They're tired of you saying that white men are the problem. They're tired of you asking for programs, and they're tired of being held accountable for the decisions that you're making every single day.
She'll be watching for the rest of her life. Yeah, because that's not thuggery, camaraderie, animalistic. This is why people have black fatigue. When you act like this, it's not normal behavior. People do stupid stuff. People say stupid stuff. That's life.
What we do is not normal behavior, but what they do is. They ate our ancestors. They steal our money. They're trying to assassinate and murder a black man for trying to pick himself up by the bootstraps in Africa. You see the hypocrisy of all of this? We got a man in Burkina Faso who's doing everything they say that we don't. And what's their solution? To try to murder him. Have him assassinated. They had tried to assassinate him 20 times for doing everything they say we don't do.
Right.
Be responsible, self-sufficient, create your own job, work hard, do what you got to do. All of this man is doing, and their solution is to exterminate him, like they did to every other black leader here in the United States of America who had that message. What did the CIA do? What did the FBI do? What did this government do? They killed all of them. And the rest they put in prison or made them obsolete. Everyone who spoke the same thing. But they're tired of us. Dang. Read that.
And Shah Yahoo, when you up in Israel, says, I got white people fatigue.
Mm-hmm. And so does the Most High. He got fatigue of them. So who are you standing with? Because he's standing with them. Mm-hmm. That's why they killed Gaddafi. Can't go ahead.
You know, not to mention, I don't know how other way to say this, but not to mention what they do with the aborted children of our people, what they do with the bodies, what they added to.
Mm-hmm. Stealing the melanin of people. Stealing the organs of our people. Okay. We can go. I mean, we can really go there. This is another boom.
Sentiment, most recent. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote-unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is,
we're being judged by the content of our character and not our skin.
Wow.
Really? Because me and Casita went into a restaurant the other day and they judged us by the content of our character. And the white waiter didn't want to serve us, and we walked right up out of there. We're not trying to force you to take our money. We up out of here. We didn't say a word. They sat and watched us come to the restaurant and said, "Oh, we being ignored? Okay, we're up out of here. We're not waiting here. We're not going to beg you to take our money. We're not like the rights generation, begging them to take our money and begging them to go shopping the same thing. We're not like that. If you show you hate us, I'm not giving you my money. I don't want you in my face, and I don't want to be in your face."
Okay. Community in particular, we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is, the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, "Oh, you are acting white," when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's
You
what
hear the hatred in his voice and the vitriol coming out of him.
Very much.
He's one with these Edomites, man.
do and can happen.
You gotta understand is the Most High is creating a line, and we're not advocating for coons, sellouts, Judases, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to beg nobody to be your brother. You don't have to beg nobody to be your sister. So when you see somebody acting like this, I'm not going out of my way to try to convince this person otherwise. Let's see what your hostman says about this, because we're at the end of this thing. In the end, you know, the grace that we have needs to adjust according to the time.
Where is it at? Give me a second.
Stop leaving money behind when you shop for everyday essentials. With Upside, you can earn real cash back at grocery stores, gas stations, and restaurants. It's simple. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and start earning. Upside is the smartest way to shop. You can earn up to $15 every...
Oh, boy.
We about to go in. Get your popcorn ready. Let's go. Ooh, wee. I know you miss me. I'm not none of them, though I'm him. Guys, you know who I am. I'm that guy from South Carolina named Trauma 1980. I hope you're having a good day today, and if that's not the case, ask yourself why, because after all, happiness is an inside job. I'm seeing too tired because some people smoke. Happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an eternal affair. Guys, I'm back today feeling good, feeling refreshed. Y'all see my dashiki. Oh, Drew, I thought you was against the Africans. No, I'm against the tethers and the centerfolds and the bootlegs. Know the difference. Differentiate. Problem solved, right? Moving right along. Guys, we back today again with another hit. And this is gonna be a bomb birth from Tariq Nasheed, aka King Flex. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Somebody asked him about Anton Daniels, and this here was his response. Alright, guys, I'm gonna call you just to the screen. Let's go.
What's up, Supercharge?
What's up, Rick?
How you doing, brother?
All right, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, do you know Anton Daniels?
No, I kind of see like some thumbnails of him or whatever. I haven't really watched this joint though.
Is he a tether?
I think he is. I think he is, man. I think he is because I know he said some little slick shit about me, which he's just clout chasing. But
he's a tether, or he gently Peterson nephew or something.
yeah, but I think he's like a secret tether because some of just his vibe and some of the little slick shit. But yeah. And I'm not trying to give him no clout, but yeah, I think he's a tether. Yeah, I think he's a tether. We got a lot of that. We got a lot of these little undercover tethers out here. We got a lot of them, family. That's the thing. We got a lot of these undercover tethers. When you start seeing people, because I know that dude was talking against reparations, and he also was talking about how I saw a clip where he was talking about how immigrants work so harder than us, and that's tether talk. We don't talk like that, because that ain't true. That's tether talk. When you hear people talk about how immigrants come over and do so well, when you hear somebody going with that narrative, that's tether talk.
I don't know whether Anton Daniels is a tether or not. I neither can confirm nor deny that. But what I do know is he is one of the premier Sambos. Oh, God. Oh, so you don't believe me. Now, you know when I talk from a place of facts. As a matter of fact, bars. But let's look at a few clips.
That was a part of slavery?
Huh?
Ain't not one person alive today that was part of slavery.
No, so.
Most of these motherfuckers that's claiming that they invented something, they never experienced no racism in their life.
I guess it's the systemic part that we still fucking with.
What's systemic about it?
Systemic racism?
Tell me what's systemic about it. I don't see it.
Changed, what's the thing where you gotta hire a certain amount of colored people or whatever?
That's racist in itself.
I know.
Affirmative action.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Some companies pull that back. Just say, hey, we're
Yeah, they did away with it. Largely. Yeah, the Supreme Court did away with affirmative action. Shout out to the Supreme Court. That's racist in itself. That means that you're not getting in on your merits. You're getting in based off of the fact that they had to include you. I know so many people that got into college based off of the fact that they was a part of a diversity, equity, and inclusion program, and they fucked out.
Right, we gotta push
They couldn't even handle it because they wasn't prepared to be able to compete on a larger scale.
So you don't believe in systemic racism?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's too much money for it to be a systemic racist.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings and see how our company has become.
Absolutely not. It's too much money for it to be a systemic racist.
It's too much money for it to be racist. This guy said there is no systemic racism. It's not my words. The words came directly out of his mouth. Doesn't have anything to do with me. Now, that should tell you all you need to know about this gentleman, Anton Daniels. I too once was on the Anton Daniels train until that I found out how Sambo-ish he was. And it seemed as though to me, the bigger he got, the more anti-blackness was revealed. Because at first, he was just talking about relationships and all that, you know, and he gives some phenomenal advice when it comes to relationships and marriage. I have to give him that. But then, as he grew larger, his platform became anti-black. Black people this, black people that. Why ignoring everything else? Hold up, I'm not finished yet. Hold on, I'm just not getting started. I have another clip for you guys. Watch this right here.
I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for anybody. You get what you deserve. Wherever it is that you are in life, that's your bed, sleep in it. I don't care where you were born. I don't care where you come from. I see immigrants coming over here every day from third world countries, outworking you, outpacing you, and making you look bad. I don't care about your reparations. Listen, I don't care if you ever get it. As a matter of fact, I'm advocating against it because it's going to fuck up my dollar and make inflation go out of control. So I don't want them to pay you. I don't want you to have nothing. Don't give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing for reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing. Tax you for breathing this good old air that we working so hard and paying our tax dollars for in order to be able to make sure that you got this good old air and this good old water. There's people in Detroit. Shout out to my dog, Steph is Code. I'm reading Super Chats in a minute. There's people in Detroit right now that said that they deserve water. They deserve clean water even if they don't pay for it. Says who? Back in the day, they had to go all the way over into the river and dig wells and filter the system themselves in order to make sure that all of the people in their village had clean water. Who said you deserve anything? Listen, I hope they don't give you a fucking dime. Now, as a matter of fact, if they create a I'm against reparations committee, I'm gonna be the first person to sign up and donate to.
Well, tell me what you think. Charge you niggas for air. If they create a committee that's anti-reparations, I want to sign up for. I want to be the first one on the panel. This is the guy that we dealing with right here. This is the guy that we are talking about. Oh, you thought I was done? Hold on. I'm not done yet. There is more. I'm gonna call you just to screen, guys. Yeah.
So, and this is because, and this speaks to a larger point, and that nobody is being realistic. Like, nobody is really presenting a solution, in my personal opinion, as to how you can actually solve for the thing that people are asking for, and they don't want something realistic. And so, as a result, you get nothing.
No, you present a solution. Why don't you
Okay, one part, can you just give me like
not to pontificate. No, not to pontificate. Give a solution.
cool? Well, I don't agree with you. I don't think you should get shit.
Okay.
So that's my solution. You go back to your rusty hole, you keep complaining about it, you're running the Victim Olympics, and you watch people like me that win. That's what
Millionaire.
let me keep fucking winning, and you put over there, and you go in the Victim Olympics. That's my solution.
I'm not worried about it.
All back into that hole that you came from, and fuck you and your feelings. That's my solution.
There you go. You got it.
Now that's small.
No, so Anton, here's actually why. Anton, no, actually, I think that's a good
Listen, we're not gonna mince words. Fuck off.
Anton, let me make this point. Anton, let me make this point because that's actually one of the things I highlighted at the beginning. That's one of the things that fascinates me about Big Mike is he's actually very successful. So I'm like, where's he coming from? Like,
What
he's
is
actually very
dusty
successful.
holes and all that shit? That's what I'm talking about. Dusty holes.
I'm trying to,
That's you used to talking in it a certain way, bro.
And I'm talking to the same thing right now.
Bro, that shit don't faze me. That shit like water on
It don't. But the reality is that you're just talking shit. You're not actually presenting a real solution. You're talking. You're not necessarily talking in order to progress the conversation. And so as a result, you throw out some random fucking number that you know ain't realistic. You know it's going to collapse the country. You know it ain't what we're talking about because it ain't a real solution. But you do it just for the sake of saying shit. And it don't actually help anybody.
I answered your motherfucking question. You asked me a number. You see the type of young honesty. You asked me for a number. I gave you a fucking number. Now you want to turn around and use that in your argument against me? You're a fucking clown. And a cook.
And a what? What's the other part?
And a cook, nigga.
You're right. You're right.
I'll come back over here.
Got for real so fast. I'm running these numbers up. I mean, here's what I do. And you feel like, and at the end of the day, you still ain't actually talking worth nothing. We can do all of the name calling. We can do all of that. You can call me whatever it is. You can play on the N-word and all that other stuff. The reality is that you just talking shit.
You too.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I thought Tariq Nasheed lost his mind whenever that he said this. Listen at me, listen. And he said this one vital thing, and I said Tariq done lost himself. He said Jesse Lee Peterson was a lockable person. I said, what? I said, oh no. I said, they done got flex. Boy, I said, darn, they done got flex. I didn't understand at that time what he was talking about until I met Anton Daniels. I met Anton Daniels in Atlanta. I went to a LaPeace meetup. I met Courtney Michelle. I met Chicago Rilla. I met JR. I met Island Girl. I met Trail. All of them. Anton Daniels is a lockable guy. I talked to him. And we talked about racism. Wasn't any beef, anything like that. But I did address certain issues with him. But he is a lockable guy. And I didn't understand Tariq whenever he said that about Jesse Lee Peterson. Until I met Anton Daniels. I said, Anton seemed to be cool. But he's on this trip, on this anti-trip about reparations and black people on the bottom and all this. We all can't come together and agree. Black people have their issues. And a lot of black people issues were socially engineered. Can some black people do better? Yes, but my question is, and my question should always remain, you put blinders on whenever it comes to everybody else's crimes, and you hyper-focus on just black people crime solely. Where there is poverty, there will be, listen at me, there will be criminals in the...
We bringing back the social, awareness of the black man, and at a certain level.
We also knew the media narrative of the Black Panthers, of how they tried to equate them with neo-Nazis. So after spending all of those years sullying their names, lying on them, shout out to Tupac the Go-To, because he had the Black Panther tattoo because he is the son of 2 Black Panthers. God rest his stepfather and his mother. But then you flash forward, now we can tell the truth about what actually happened. The Black Panthers were a force for good. They were trying to make all...
And to take it a step further, he didn't say shame on the white community for supporting that financially. He didn't say a damn thing about the white community, and neither did bitch ass Anton Daniels. Let's get some more people to bless that cash app. Come on, we got too many people up in here to not be supporting shows like this. We got way too many people up in here to not be blessing the cash app when we come through with fire like this, man. What's wrong with the FBA people, huh? Watching all these trash channels that provide nothing. Let's get some supporters on this thing, man. Shout out to Evelyn and Don Jeter for blessing the cash app so far. Shout out to them.
Black people, we gonna label you. We gonna say white people. We gonna say Arabic people. We gonna say Chaldean people. We gonna say Persian people, Asian people, anything.
Okay, look at the culture as a whole, all right?
Invite Anton Daniels on what me and Anton Daniels gonna talk about. Clearly he don't want to hold white people accountable for anything. Clearly he allowed another man to sex play him. He allowed another gay man to tell him he had a nice butt. He allowed a gay man to tell him he had a nice body. And he laughed about it. What me and Anton Daniels got to talk about? Seriously.
How much cultural issues is going on with that group of people? Do they rob a lot? Okay, do they commit a lot of crimes? Do they commit a lot of murders? Okay, are they usually the people that you're seeing doing things that make everybody uncomfortable or make them feel unsafe? So where is the hatred coming from is what I'm trying.
White people march around with swastikas. You got Nazis walking around with swastikas preaching racist white ideologies, making people uncomfortable. Marching through people's communities, marching through people's cities. Did he say anything about that? No. You got Nazis marching promoting their racist white ideologies, making people uncomfortable. Walking around waving swastikas, but of course he ain't gonna say nothing. Anton Daniels ain't gonna say nothing about that shit either. But he got everything to say about the black community.
I'm trying to ask people, okay? Do you think it's possible, maybe, if this group of people cleaned up their act, started to behave just like everybody else does in society, that people wouldn't generalize? That people wouldn't feel this way? Because I think that's what would happen, okay? I think something magical would happen if that could occur. But until they fix their cultural issues, okay? Until they fix the mother and the parent situation in the house and start raising their kids with the same ethics and morals and values as everybody else.
Black people already did that, and look at what that got them. Black people built Black Wall Street, black businesses, black schools, black-owned everything. You see what white people did to it. There's countless communities, and Black Wall Street ain't the only community that was burned down by a racist mob of white men. That ain't the only community. You go to Elaine, Arkansas, white people got mad, destroyed businesses. Ocoee, Florida, July Perry, sharecropping. He owned a lot of land in Ocoee, Florida. A mob of racist white men burned that whole town down. Rosewood, same thing. Wilmington, North Carolina, same thing. I can go on and on about how racist white men have destroyed communities that were built by black men, independent of the government. I can go on and on when black people started their business and white people felt the need to attack them out of jealousy because they feared the progress of blacks in this country. I can go on and give you several examples of how white people destroyed shit that black people built because white people were jealous of our progress. So even when black people mind their business, they still have white people fucking with them. Even when black people wasn't practicing thug, they still have mobs of racist white men fucking with them, harassing them. I don't give a damn about nothing this person has to say, because for one, he's full of shit. He's an ass kisser, and he won't hold the white community. He won't hold the white community accountable for anything, and neither will Anton Daniels.
This racism thing isn't gonna go away.
I agree. Wow. Now listen, let me tell you something, big dog. You know that people are gonna get offended by what you just said. You do know that, right? You know that they're not going to be happy that you said that they need to fix the mother in the household and all of that, because
what do they need to fix in their country, Anton Daniels? How come we can tell the Persians, stop coming to America and just fix your own country? Fix the problems over there. But he won't do that. He feel like he can come to America and point the finger at us about what we need to be doing. Anton Daniels won't hold white people accountable for anything. Neither one of these retards condemned that white woman for what she said to that child. The Persian dude basically said he made an excuse for the white woman calling that black child an N-word. Not once did he condemn her behavior, not once did he condemn her for her actions. He said, you know what, I'm going to just talk about black people. I'm going to ignore the fact that she called a child an N-word. I'm going to ignore that. And speak on the things that I disagree with when it comes to the black community. I'll just focus on that. Will I hold a white woman accountable for her actions? No. Will I hold a white community accountable for their racism and fuckery? No, I won't do that. I'll skip right past that and point the finger at black folks.
let me tell you something now. I don't know if it's a secret, but we believe in single mothers raising children and feminizing our boys and making our girls super masculine. And
Anton is not correct because, for one, Anton won't hold white people accountable for anything. When he said that black folks ain't accountable for anything, that's a bold-faced lie. He's 100% wrong. He's not correct. If anybody's been held accountable in this country, it is black folks. Now, don't get it twisted. I call black people out for their degenerate behavior. I have no problem holding my people accountable. But what you're not going to do is get up here and point the finger at black people, but never point the finger at white folks for the bullshit that they do in this country. Not once did Anton Daniels condemn the actions of that white woman for calling that black child an N-word. Neither did this Persian dude. Not once in this video did you hear them say anything negative about racist whites in this country. Not once. You didn't hear it once.
Hyper independent just so that they can get more student loan debt and be most in debt, not the most educated, but the most enrolled. We believe in that, big dog. We do. We have cultural issues. And for whatever reason, you know, it's so funny because you get on these panels sometimes and they'll say, no, we the only people that talk about it out loud. But you think that they don't see it? You think that they don't see it when you come to the restaurant? You think that they're not aware that when they get a group of black women that come into the restaurant that they're going to probably not get a tip, or they're going to get a really little tip, or it's going to be somebody that try to put them some hair in their food so that they can get a free meal? I don't think that they're aware of what's happening and how things are going to play out. I could tell you that they are defending.
Some of those things can be true, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that are true about white people and the nonsense they do in this country, but he's not going to take the time to point that out. They want to paint the picture like blacks are the only problem in this country, and none of these problems are coming from white folks or their community. That's what I have a problem with. But Anton Daniels don't want to do that because he's too afraid that Fox News won't call him back on their show. So he'll avoid holding white people accountable at all costs. He don't want to mess up his relationship with his white buddies at Fox News. So he avoids holding the white community accountable for anything.
I can tell you that they are definitively, without a doubt, 100% they are going to, understand, they're going to know what's going to play out and things is going to happen exactly the way that it's going to happen. Without a doubt. Nobody is disillusioned. Nobody is concerned. Nobody is, misunderstood.
You know how many black people call out the degenerate behavior of other blacks? I made videos holding my people accountable and blacks got mad at me.
I made videos holding our people accountable, and niggas got mad at me. Straight up.
I'm buying hugs. We get it, Negro. We ain't gonna hug you. That's 3 no's now.
Look at this,
I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I want to give you $1 for a hug.
Look, Anton Daniels is walking around Detroit trying to pay white people to hug him. This is how ridiculous this up here is. You might think I'm making this shit up, and I'm not lying. Anton Daniels is walking around Detroit.
Yep, I remember that
trying
one.
to pay white people to give him a hug. What a fruitcake.
For a hug.
If you don't believe me, shout out to Mike TV for exposing this. Anton Daniels, bitch ass, is walking around Detroit telling white people, I'll give you money if you let me hug you. The white man was like, nah, I don't want your money. I don't want you hugging me.
And guess what, y'all? He was getting rejected. Ain't nobody want a fucking hug from you, even if you pay them.
Participate. Excuse me. Buying hugs for $1. No. I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
Damn, I'm buying hugs for $1. No, I'm good, my guy. I'm good. No, I want to give you money to hug me. No, I'm fine. It's only $1. Give me a hug. No, I'm cool. This is what millionaires do, trying to pay people to get hugged. Rita ain't touching you. Rita ain't treating you right. You out here in the streets of Detroit begging, not just begging to have the opportunity to pay somebody for a hug?
Participate. Excuse me. Buying hugs for $1. No. I'm buying hugs. I want to give you $1 for a hug.
Hey, the white dude said, nah, I appreciate it. I don't want no hug, nigga. Get away from me. Get your weird ass away from me, fool.
$1 for a hug.
That white man said no to you like 4 times. But hold on. How many times did Anton get rid? Anton can't get the man. No means no, Anton.
No. Excuse me. Buying hugs for $1.
Hugs for $1. No. First no.
No.
Second no. Then she says no as well to reinforce his no.
I'm buying hugs.
No, I'm buying hugs. We get it, Negro. We ain't gonna hug you. That's 3 no's now.
I want to give you $1 for a hug.
I want to give you $1 for a hug. 4th time he's gonna get denied. Got denied 4 times by the white boy. Okay.
Give people's week started off right.
I do not require a hug. I also do not have a
No.
dollar.
I'm buying them. I'm giving away $1 for a hug. No hug? Okay, well, thank you.
What type of weirdo do you gotta be to try to pay people to hug your bitch ass?
Damn, the white lady. What's the context here? He's going out sad. The context is he's going out sad. That's the context. That's the beginning. That's the end. He's holding a sign up now. Now he's at a busy intersection, and he's holding up a sign that says, I'll pay you $1 for a hug. He's holding up the $1 in the air. $1, anybody just hug me. $1, anybody just hug me. $1, anybody just hug me. Oh my God, this is one lonely ass Negro. This is one destitute ass motherfucker.
Anton Daniels, you's a bitch ass nigga, man.
I know his parents aren't here no more, but goddamn it, you gotta have some family. You gotta have some friends, Anton. You gotta have a support system. You can't be in the streets of Detroit holding up a sign, holding up $1 saying, please hug me. Please, why don't you hug me? Why doesn't nobody want to hug me? Damn.
Look at this bitch ass nigga out there with a sign begging white folks for hugs, willing to pay white people to give him a hug.
He says, but our endurance eventually paid off. You have to have endurance.
Excuse me, sir. I'm buying hugs for $1.
I'm buying hugs. Give me a hug, I give you $1. Is that okay? All right. God bless.
I'm the first person to take him up on it. Looks like a homeless man. God damn, you should have just gave him the $1 and not even required that. You told me the only one who your $1 per hug thing. What's up, bum?
You're my first hug for the day. Hey, I'm buying hugs for $1. The day started off right. So, yeah, you give me a hug, I give you $1.
You know what, bro? I need a little bit. It's been a fucked up day for me already this morning. I can't. Well. I mean, guys, if I told you that we're like, no, I've been on YouTube about a year, and even when I had only 200 subs, I made Anton real pressed. And
Great. And it'll go against your channel. It'll remove the video, but you gotta get my permission if you want to use my content, bro.
All right, now let's go to the next clip. I'm just showing you guys how pathetic this nigga is, man. Anton Daniels is one pathetic ass nigga. And you people rock with Anton Daniels for what?
Black fatigue. It's all over my
Let's move on to the next video.
My page. Thank you. I am so happy that this is being brought up. And oh, by the way, for us white people that have been around the block a long time, this isn't new to us. We've been dealing with this for over 40 years. Here's my story. This is about 2015. I'm in Putin Bay. Putin Bay's on South Bass Island in Lake Erie. There's a bunch of bars out there. It's a great place for adults to go play. Think of Pat Daly, Mad Dog Adams. If you don't know those guys,
shout out to my man Jamar P. Jamar P. Blessed us with a cash app. Shout out to Jamar P. Man, to walk around Detroit begging white people to hug you, and you want to pay white people to hug you, you pretty damn pathetic, my nigga. You're pretty damn pathetic.
I'm sitting on a bench in Delaware waiting for my wife, who's in a shop.
Talking about what 40 years. White people ain't went through nothing in this country. White people ain't got the right to complain about nothing. What have they went through? You ain't went through slavery. You ain't went through Jim Crow. You never went through any. You ain't never went through any form of oppression in this country. Who in their right mind gonna listen to white folks complaining about anything in this country? All the land they didn't stole, all the people they didn't enslave, all the land, all the different countries they didn't colonize. Who takes white people serious when they talk about some type of injustice? You gotta be stupid to take them serious when they talk about that. Y'all still got Nazis and white supremacist groups running around America still to this day. You just tried to march in Ohio. You just tried to march in Nashville. A bunch of Nazis waving around swastika flags.
I'm shocked. And at the time, the traffic is two ways. And I think I witnessed why it is no longer two ways.
I'm talking about in America. I don't give a damn about what whites went through in another country. They ain't went through shit here in America. Hey man, if you're cussing in the chat, I'm gonna time you out, man. I've been telling you guys this for a minute.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short. My advice for Anton Daniels is like, boy, I hope it's worth it. I hope it's really worth it, Anton. Because one day this always gonna come back and slap you in the face. As long as you live on this earth. Shout out to Red Supreme, My TV, Jediah, and the brother from Colombia. I hope it was worth it, Anton. That's all I gotta say, bruh. To turn against your people like that, and you just think that's really self-centered. And I wonder if you ever seen the movie Django. You don't want to be like that Samuel Jackson character. That in the end, someone like Jamie Foxx gonna come get you revenge on you and the master. I'm just saying, something to think about. But yeah, you know, he used to have some good talking points, but when he start, like the guy said, start getting more anti-black, bro, on YouTube, man. And when Tariq start calling out, wow. That's bad. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, you take care and be blessed. And black people, just be careful who's the conservative Sambos and coons among you. Take care, everybody. See you on the next video.